Hey, welcome to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Tracy and I am a girl with plans. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the different types of layouts available in planners and how you can use that to track your fitness. Okay, you guys, so yes, I am not doing a typical plan with me this week for my fitness tracker. Instead, I figure we will kind of do a little bit of a deep dive into the different type of Happy Planner layouts, and I will show you how I utilize those layouts specifically for my fitness tracking. However, they can also be used for fitness planning. I say tracking because I write in after I work out, I write down what I've done versus what I'm going to do. So that is the difference. And that's why I call it a tracker, because I'm tracking what I've done. I don't really plan out what I'm going to do, but I think some of these layouts could work for both. So I have been using Happy Planner for fitness planning and tracking since probably about like 2015, 2016. Around that time, I used to buy the big box sets the Happy Planner used to put out with the fitness planners. They still put out box sets. I'm not sure if they do it for fitness or not, but I used to buy one every single year. And I loved it. I used it. I used to go to the gym, so I did do some pre-planning in there. I primarily pre-planned in the monthly. Unfortunately, I don't have any of those old planners to show you what I did. But yeah, so I pretty much pre-planned in the monthly, like what classes were coming up. And then I kind of tracked my workouts and my food in the weekly, which of course I have changed and that has evolved over the course of the year. But let's go ahead and get started. So this is my archived planner. This is basically where I put all of my prior month spreads, or my fitness spreads in, so that way I can have one place that has them all, because right now I Franken plan, which means I take like a month out of one planner. And here's my current planner. So I have my financial section, my fitness section, and then my wellness section in here. So I take parts of 3 different planners and put it in here. And then when that month is over, I move the fitness part into here. So what I started doing, so you could see here, I was actually tracking my fitness. So here is just where I kind of put down the actual workouts that I did. You can see last October was actually really well. And then what I was trying to do here is I was keeping track of certain types of goals, like whether or not I ate on plan, whether or not I worked out, whether or not I closed all 3 rings, took my vitamins and did self-care, and whether or not I drank the water. And then I just I wrote it here. So this is where I'm getting that information from. And I did a color coding system. So like an orange check was for if I drank all the required water. So yeah, that is kind of what I did here. You can kind of see, or if you watch my videos, this is what I have kind of begun doing now, more or less just tracking the actual workout on my monthly calendar. I'm not really doing the check thing yet. I might get back into that, but that was a lot for me to remember what I did and what I didn't do if I'm like 2 days behind. So right now I'm just doing that. But yeah, this was a good idea. All right, and then what I was using for this one, I think this is the correct planner. I've put some actual inserts in here too, so I'm not 100% sure, but I do think so. So basically the Happy Planner fitness planners, they do have new ones out. And of course the coloring and stuff like that will be different. But the general gist of a lot of their fitness planners is these like 4 boxes. So you have like a today box, then you have a priority box, a food log box, and an exercise box. They make the exercise box so tiny, which is a little frustrating, but whatevs. So this is the general one. I have an extension pack that I put a couple of months in back here. Let's see. Where is it? Here it is. You can see it's pretty much the same thing. It's just a different color combo or like different fonts and stuff like that. So this is generally what the Happy Planner fitness layout looks like. So back in October, I was using it pretty much for the ways it was intended. I just swapped the actual headers. So I moved a food log up top because I just kind of wanted to keep exercise and then a space for my Apple Watch stats at the bottom. I wanted to keep those together. So back then I did food log, macros, and exercise. Like I was really ambitious last October. That was kind of when I restarted my fitness journey, like getting really back into the tracking. Like I said, I've been doing this for several years, but I do fall off. So this was me getting back into it. That is why this is like on point. But yeah, so with this layout, it is helpful. I'm not sure if it is enough room if you want to get in depth with your meals. What I did here is, again, this was all pretty much tracking and not planning. So I was writing what I already ate versus me planning my meals. So this was what I ate that day. And then, of course, my macros from that day. And then what I did for my workout. And then my Apple Watch stats. So yeah, but again, if you need more room, you can just change, like I changed the headers. You could change the headers. You can use this whole big section here for food if you need it more for food. And then this particular planner, which I think, like I said, this is an old undated planner. I haven't bought a new fitness planner in a while. This one did not have that middle section, but the extension pack, I know it's an extension pack, I believe, with the girl holding like the weights is like the first divider that you see. It goes from, I don't know what I've done here. I've just kind of inserted stuff everywhere. So it goes from like a weekly and then you flip over to this. I am actually considering going back to this in 2024. We'll see, but I'm considering it basically for this section. Because for me, I kind of like it because I can do inserts here that are specific to the week. So yeah, we'll see. I'll get into what I'm planning on doing or my options for 2024 in a separate video. But yeah, I'm not 100% sure. Like I said, I think this was part of an extension pack and not an actual planner that has this. I think a lot of the fitness planners are going to be like week to week. So yeah, I think this is part of the extension pack. But yeah, this was okay for me. It worked. Because I'm not tracking a whole bunch of stuff, that is why it works. Okay. So then in November, I tried, again, it's the same concept of the the checks that I did here. I just kind of made my own little label so I can check them off a little bit more. It's the same exact thing: working out, eating on plan, drinking the water, closing all of my Apple Watch rings, vitamins, and stretching. So that's what I kind of use this for. And then this was the same thing. This is a different layout though. This layout is the wellness layout. You can see that it is very similar to the Happy Planner's fitness layout. I actually have a planner. Yes. Okay. So because again, I do change some of these. So I kept Nourish the same and Movement the same, but then I hid this, this title and then this title. I made this one macros and this one workout. But here is an undated extension pack, I believe, or it might come from the planner. I don't know, but it's undated. This one is like intention, nourish, movement, and take note. So again, all I did here is I covered up the prompts and like, cause in the wellness planner, there is prompts so that way you can do journaling. So like this is reflecting on, today was, thankful for, focusing on, looking inward, daily gratitude, and loving this. So again, the breakdown is pretty similar to the fitness. Here's the fitness. So you can see the only thing is it seems like the bigger box was at the top followed by the smaller box, and the same here. It's just flipped. So they just made the boxes a little bit different. But yeah, I'm just showing you guys this because if this is something that you think could work for you, if you find a wellness planner on clearance and you like it, then you know it is so similar to the fitness planner. Like I said, you can cover those up or you don't have to. You can just leave them as is and just write what you want underneath. You can still track your food here. You can track whatever and just ignore it. Of course, this version has shading, which I'm not a huge fan of shading. But because this is undated, I'm not planning on using this next year, I don't think. I'm going to just save this in my stash for later on. I do like this right here. It says, I'm feeling and because. So that is cute. But yeah, let's see. Oh, here's a 2023 wellness. So you can see this is more my vibe, the more neutral vibe. But again, the same way, you can see though, I pretty much made everything work. I use stickers here, but these are great sizes to keep track of things like macros or your fitness watch stats like Fitbit or Apple or anything like that. And then I did the same thing with using the bigger boxes, one for food tracking and one for my workouts. All right, so now we are 2 layouts down. Now we are going to jump into the third layout. I told you I was trying a lot of layouts, and I still am. The third layout is this one. This is one of my favorite planner types that there is. This is the teacher layout, which, let me grab one of those. Okay, so here is a teacher layout. So the teacher layout has the dates going over here. If it is an undated planner, it still usually does have your Monday through Friday written on there, just no actual dates. So basically for a teacher planner or the teacher layout, it is dated here because, you know, obviously when you're in school, you only go to school Monday through Friday. So, but it gives you 7 columns across for like 7 subjects. What I do and a lot of other people do is cover up the sidebar, redate along the top, and then make these more specific to specific categories going across for the rows. So that is what I like to do. Of course, that gives you lined boxes, which a lot of people do like your lined boxes. And the other advantage to this is teacher planners run, I think it's July through the end of June. Or is it August through the end of July? I'm not sure. I forget which ones they run. I think it's July to end of June, but it could be the other way around. And however, because if you are planning on redating them, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the dates are because you can change them. You're going to be changing them anyway. So this is what the blank teacher planner looks like. And this is how I used it. So again, I was tracking the same exact things that I tracked in both the wellness and the fitness layouts. So yeah, so I was tracking the same exact thing. This was just a different way to do it. However, in this particular layout, all of your boxes are the same sizes. So you can kind of see that my food was a little squished. I obviously didn't have as much room to write my food as I did here. Then I still, pretty much everything else was pretty much on point. What I started doing was adding my actual workouts here. So this is like the title of the workout that I did. And then I did the breakdown of the workout here. So what it included. So for example, I did a full body workout here. It was a Peloton workout. So I wrote the specific workout in case I wanted to find it again. And then down here, I said like I used 15-pound dumbbells for rows, thrusters, devil's press, and hammer curls. So that is kind of the gist of how I do it. And then of course my trackers here. However, these are things you are not tracking, this particular layout, because you are in control of your rows, what you may want to do is breakfast and lunch here, dinner here. So you can use 2 rows or you can do 3 rows for food. You can do breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, or something like that. You can kind of mix it up and then you can have the bottom 2 for fitness. So if you did want to track food, what I like about this layout is it could potentially give you 5 things to track and it has it divided for you. Or like I said, if you don't want to track and you kind of want to combine rows, you can do that. I mean, little boxes to have like 2 of these in a row to be one thing, you can do that as well. You can see I was not very good in December. But yeah, so that I just kind of want to flip through this one because when I did the flip throughs of my actual fitness planner, I started with July. So those were not into it. Okay. So then I went back to the wellness layout. So we'll just skip over. Well, I did it a little bit differently. I stopped tracking my food. I realized that was a little hard for me. So this is where I just put the actual workouts that I was doing and then the specifics of that workout here. But I still tracked my macros and my Apple Watch stats. All right, so I kind of kept with Then the other layout I tried was this layout. Which, were there any? Here we go. We can do this one. This was a week that I was on vacation, and I just left it in my planner. And basically what I did is I didn't take my Apple Watch with me, but I had an old Fitbit that I took with me. So I just kept track of the actual steps that I did because I just thought, I wanted to write something down. But this is the gratitude layout. I haven't used it in so long, even though I used it for a lot of this year. So the gratitude layout is you have a little bit more free range because you have this larger box here. Then of course you have the today's mood, which is the faces. And then you have you can say you have an extra box here, or you can break it up. And so that way you have 3 separate boxes. So that is the gist of the gratitude layout. If you can't see it, this is today's mood, like I said, and this is daily affirmations. However, you can just cover those out with whiteout. You can cover it up with stickers, and then you can use it for whatever you want. This is things accomplished this week. That is very well relevant to fitness or anything. So you may choose to keep that here. So how I used it, let me find one that I actually did pretty good at, so that way I can actually show you guys. Y'all, I've been like on and off this year a lot. Okay, this is a good one. So this basically I still kept with my fitness tracker. So I put that up here. So this was, remember, this is a big box. So I don't know if I can find that blank one or not now. Yeah. So remember, that's a blank box. So basically I divided that big blank box into 3 sections by using other boxes, just because of what I'm tracking. However, this box would be a perfect size for meal tracking if you were tracking your meals, because you have so much room. And then you can do your workouts here. So if you were only tracking meals and workouts, you can do meals and workouts. So this is not a bad layout. I haven't looked much into a lot of the gratitude planners. I actually think I might have one more laying around to know. I'm assuming there are some out there that has more neutral shading, but they all are going to have shading, I think, at least here and probably here as well, to just kind of divide the sections. So like I said, because I didn't need that much room, I just broke it apart myself. So I put this here. So that made one box. This was my other box. This is like, again, the title of the workout. And then this is the weight size I used. And then I kind of used these differently each week. I can't remember how I used it this week. I probably should have written it down. So that would be my suggestion. If you're not using these smiley faces for moods, I would suggest possibly writing what you're going to use it for, so you don't forget like me. Because I know sometimes I used it on how well I ate. And then I also used it for how satisfied I was with my workout, or how I felt after working out. So yeah, you can use those for all kinds of different things. Even though it's for mood. And then at the time I was trying to figure out what to track here. So I just made my own little labels to track, like veggies, fruits, proteins, good fats, low dairy, no sugar. And I could just check off how many servings of each I ate, because I was trying to get better at tracking food, because I'm horrible at it. Here's one I also didn't do very well at, but you can see when I was using the layout, I was kind of playing around with things. Here was my monthly. Again, I was pretty much just tracking the actual workout and then the calories burned. I was just trying to figure out what to use this for. Again, this is the same gratitude layout, kind of the same concept. I think I pretty much kept that concept going. I did change it up a little bit where I moved my stats down here, put my workouts here, and then the breakdown here, and then I used a core here. So yeah, I do think this layout is pretty good if you were tracking food and workouts, just because of this box does give you a lot of room. And then I still have plenty of room to decorate. Okay. So then that brings us to July. And this is when I started toying around with different layouts each week. So I kind of just want to do a quick one. So like I started with the dashboard, and because I've only used this for a week, I am currently using it for the whole month of October. So definitely check out those videos if you want to see how I'm using it. I've come up with a little bit better of a solution. I am actually filming this super early because I needed to film a whole bunch of videos before vacation. This is the first one I've done at the time of filming, but the time the video goes up, I will have other ones done. But let me show you this first. Let me not confuse you. So, dashboards and verticals are probably your two most commonly found happy planners in stores, as well as on the website. And because they are your two most common planners, when planners go on clearance, those are probably going to be the ones that you find left over. So that's kind of why I definitely wanted to use some of these. So basically what I did is I put my trackers here, which I do want to say I use trackers. However, you can just use colored highlighters, especially, I don't have my watch on, with the colors of which one each one is. So like move an apple is like that pink or red. You can just use a pink highlighter and just highlight one line. And then like you have your lime green for workout. So then do a lime green here, then the blue for stand and stuff like that. And then just literally write in your stats to the corresponding color. So you wouldn't even have to technically write the title. That is an option. I'll try to do one of those for you and maybe an upcoming spread so you can see what I'm talking about. Of course, an upcoming spread might be a past spread by the time you see this video, but whatever. And then I use this section over here to write all of the information about my workout. So like I did a full body workout. It looks like I did the full body workout on Wednesday. Yes. So I did Les Mills Strength Development #1 on Wednesday. So, and I didn't even fill out my stats that day. So then here I wrote the size weights I use, like each workout and the size weights I use. And then like I did an upper body workout on Friday. So I use this section here. It fit pretty well. So that is kind of what I did there. Now, of course, this one, like I said, at the time of filming, I have not started this week yet. But I decided to change things up a little bit differently. Like again, I'm going to be using the dashboard through the entire month of October. What I did is I made my own Apple stats tracker here. Again, I use Apple, but Fitbit, Polar, all of those same concept. So I wrote the 7 days here, and then stand, exercise minutes, move calories, and calories burned. And then I will just jot it down. So on Monday, I will come in, jot down all of my stats there. And then I'm going to track my steps over here. So basically, I just pulled out one thing and put that over there because I track 5 things in general. So 4 here, 1 there. And then here is just where I'm going to track the breakdown of the workout. So the exercises that I did and the weight sizes I used. I use the 3 bullet points for aesthetic reasons. But like if I do an upper body workout, I may use just 2 weight sizes. So I'll just write those here. Like I'll write 10-pound dumbbells and then write the exercises that I use that for. And then here I might write like 15-pound dumbbells and then the exercises I use them for. But yeah, this, like I said, the dashboard does look pretty intimidating. Let's just show you an empty one because I haven't finished the month yet. But like the dashboard, here's the dashboard. Obviously I cover all of this out, but when you like look at the dashboard, you can use these blocks for something for the week. So if you were doing meal planning or food tracking, you can use this section to maybe do your food logs. Again, you can kind of create the same thing I did here for your stats. And then you can use these boxes for anything else that you want to do. Like if you wanted to track the workouts that you did, you might want to make this MTWTFSS for Monday, Tuesday, Monday through Sunday. You can just write that letter in there. And then you could track the workouts you did here. You can track something here because again, it's Monday through Sunday. So like you can use this for anything. Again, I don't really track as much in my fitness tracker / planner. I need to like somehow tape those down. I use these little things to kind of keep me in frame. Plus I make sure nobody steals my videos and calls it their own, but so it's a dual purpose. All right, this next layout, let me actually go to, I did not do good in August, but I did it again. So this is the horizontal layout. I actually really loved doing this layout for fitness tracking. So like the horizontal layout, you know, is just like that. So you have Monday, Tuesday. So what I did is just kind of broke it up into 3 sections going side to side. I used a box here and then nothing here and a box here. So that's how I kind of made my 3 sections. Obviously, you don't have to divide it into sections. I think this could probably also work because if you're not tracking like the size of weights that you're using, basically you can use that same amount of space probably for meal tracking. I don't know if I could because I don't write very small, but I probably could make it work. So yeah, you could definitely do that. And then you would still have room to write your workout and then any kind of stats or anything that you might want to keep track of. So I think this would work well. I did play around with the layouts. Like I said, this isn't after the pen, but y'all, I started falling off in August. So we're not even going to talk about it. But I kind of kept the same thing going. I just used my stickers here to kind of just make 2 sections and just layer. But like I said, you can divide this into 3 sections to kind of track any types of 3 things that you might want to track for fitness. I don't know if you'll be able to divide it in some more sections. So I do, like for me, this layout works. I would say if you're tracking a lot more stuff, I would think some of the other layouts may work better. Like maybe, the wellness, fitness, or even the gratitude layout. So, but if you're not tracking as much, I think that's perfect. And it also helps. My whole thing is sometimes if you feel like you have too much space and you're not filling it out, you feel like a little defeated. So something like this could help with that. Okay, and then we have the vertical, which, let me bust out my planner again. I also did not do very good. So basically it's the same concepts as, I'm only tracking 3 main things. And what I'm tracking is the actual workout I did, the weight size I use, and then my stats. So I have plenty of room to play around with. This is kind of the setup that I did recently where I just used this for decor. And then I started tracking my workouts on the calendar again, the monthly calendar. So that kind of left me extra boxes, which I was trying to do goals for the day. But as you can see, I started out strong and then just fell off for the week. But I do think the vertical, when you look at the ones I showed you at the beginning that had this type of thing, but they were kind of broken up into rows, like your wellness and your fitness and stuff like that. This is a little bit more of a blank slate. So you could do this however you want. You can obviously break apart each row to be something different. So it could be food, workouts, stats. And obviously I keep saying food because I know that's what a lot of people do like to track in their fitness planners. So that is why I keep using that as an example. But, you could have 3 separate things to do. Or if you're like me and you don't have room, like you don't really need all the space, you can just add a lot of decor. All right. And then I kind of did this just for fun. This was the hourly layout. And, I did it just for fun. However, I personally think when it comes to like fitness, especially fitness tracking, like once you figure out what you want to track, you can kind of, you can start thinking about what you already have or what you find on sale and seeing about making that work for you. So like this is the hourly layout. I covered up all of the times here with these little check boxes. Again, this is where I put my weight sizes and things like that, but this will be a good area for food. So I did my stats here, the workout here, and hydrate here. But you know, you have this much room in here. If you cover up all of the hours, you can just leave it. If you don't really care, you can just leave it. And then this is a good place to track your food. You can track your exercise here. And then you have these boxes, which are for daily habits, but you can use that for anything. You can actually write your workouts in here and then track your stats here. So while, you know, this isn't like really a layout I may be drawn to, like, I don't think I would go out of my way to buy the hourly planner. I think it's also like the Goal Getter Girl extension pack. I know that's one of it. I don't know if I would go out of my way to purchase it for that, but I do think if you have one that you didn't like for daily planning, you might be able to make it work for fitness planning or fitness tracking. And the reason why a lot of this stuff works for fitness is because when it comes to fitness, a lot of times we track the same things over and over. So we can kind of get used to what is going in our planner, and it kind of helps set it up a better, you know, as opposed to your catch-all, which things change up week to week. I'm trying to think if there's any other layouts that I might not have done, but I don't think there is. I think that's pretty much most of the layouts I have. The only other thing that I was thinking about is Happy Planner has a lot of block pads. They do. So this is a block pad. Block pads are a little bit cheaper than their filler paper because you usually get like 100 sheets of it. And typically the block pads have something on the front and then it's blank on the back. See? So, and they have quite a few of these. I have a couple that are like this where it has the Monday through Sunday on one side. So this could be another way if you don't want to actually buy a fitness planner, but you kind of want to figure it out, or if you just kind of want to play around to figure out what you want to track as far as fitness and or wellness. You can start with this. You can do this as a tracking or a planning. You can do it for food, or you can carry the lines across if you want. So then you can have almost 2 boxes. Let's see. And I know I have my ruler my other like itty bitty ruler somewhere too. So what you could do, because I had examples to show you for all the other ones, but not necessarily for here. You could carry this across. Now, obviously, if you were a decorative planner, this one might be a little bit more difficult. But I still think this is a good tool, especially if you're just starting into fitness tracking or fitness planning or any type of wellness planning or tracking. It might be good to use something like this for the rest of the year, or create your own with filler paper or something like this to kind of get an idea of what you want to track or realistically can track. I would love to track my food. I think I'm going to try it again, but I just fall off. So that's the reason why you can see how I changed everything up. But if I wanted to, I can say, I'm going to do my workouts here. I wouldn't suggest, you don't have to write. You can just write your workout. And then food here. So you can do breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack. Like I said, and then you can just write it there. And then here you can write your workout, whatever you want to do. Upper body, 30 minutes. And then for me, I might say 15-pound dumbbells for bicep. Oh yeah, that's inaccurate. But but then because there is a back, if you wanted to use this whole row for food, or if you wanted to use this whole row for working out or something, you can always make your own on the back. And this is where you could get creative if you are a sticker person or you are into bullet journaling or anything like that, because you can always just create your own boxes. So if you wanted to do that, you can always do food here because you would probably be more inclined to do food every day. But let's say you were going to only work out 4 days. So you might only need 4 boxes. These are horrible boxes, but you get the idea. Then you can write your workouts here. And then you can always, don't you just love how, like, when I'm doing these demos, it's just not very, and then it's not very neat. But then, remember that Apple, like the stats trackers I created? So you can do that here. So you can do that here. It's just the only thing I would say to keep in mind when you're making your own like stats tracker. Just make sure your day of the week boxes are wide enough for like calories and mainly your calories and your steps, because theirs are probably going to be in the thousands. So you just have to write 4 numbers in there. But yeah, so you could just write like workout number 1. So let's say this is Monday. So you can write that in there. Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. So you can write your workout here. So that is always another option that I think could work. So you have this one page that you can stuff into your catch-all for like right in the middle of the week, or you have your food tracking and your workout tracking. So yeah, I think for, like I said, for fitness, I personally, like I have been trying to show you guys some ways to make a lot of different planners work. Definitely check out the playlist where I have fitness and wellness into one playlist, and basically every month. So I've been doing different layouts. So September was vertical. August was horizontal. September was vertical. October is dashboard. I'm not sure what I'm going to do for November or December. I could go back to the gratitude just to finish those off. So we'll see. But yeah, definitely check out that playlist if you actually want to get into specifics about how I set it up and the thought process of sticker placement and all that fun stuff. Because we all know it's all about, Plan With Me's are all about where to put the stickers. But yeah. All right, guys, I know this was a chatty video, but I do hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, feel free to put them down in the comments. I will try my best to answer them in a timely manner, although October and November are really busy months, so it may take me a little bit of time to get back to you, so please be patient, but I will do my best to respond as quickly as I can. I do plan on doing another video going through maybe what I'm thinking about doing next month, as well as next year, as well as my planner lineup and setup for 2024. Of course, that will be coming up in December, so we have some time for that. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please smash that like button. And if you're not already subscribed, I really would appreciate it if you would consider subscribing to my channel. That is all I have for now. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day, evening, or night. Until next time, bye.